What is up, everybody? This is just Dante bringing the brand new video. Today, we're going to be discussing the future of Burning Abyss and the possible changes that Burning Abyss has to make in order to stay alive in the meta, because this card inevitably just kills this deck. Now, let me give you a bit of backstory about Burning Abyss. Burning Abyss has been around for about a year and a half now, which is crazy when you consider that most decks don't even see the light of day beyond that point. They either get utterly destroyed, or they just get power creeped and they don't do anything after that. However, Burning Abyss has stood the test of time and has often been considered to be one of the best decks in the meta. But I think honestly that's going to change with the introduction of this card, which is a Floating Ghost and Cherry Blossom. I've talked about this card already on my channel before, but if you didn't see that video, I want to discuss it right here for you. It is a level 3 zombie 2-norm dark monster with 0 attack, 1800 defense. It doesn't really make a difference because you're going to use this card for its effect. During either player's turn, if your opponent controls more monsters than you do, you can discard this card, reveal one card from your extra deck, look at your opponent's extra deck, and if they have a card or cards with the same name that it has revealed, banish all the names of that card in their extra deck. You can only use this effect once a turn. So the reason why I say this card ultimately kills Burning Abyss is because the fact that Cosmos can run this card. Cosmos has plenty of extra deck to spare, so they could just simply tech in a Dante, and they can even make Dante and actually have it be useful if they want to be that kind of guy. But I mean, they could just reveal Dante, and against the mirror match, they just destroy the Dantes in your extra deck, banishing them completely, and that really hurts. From someone who hasn't played Burning Abyss but has followed the deck quite a lot in the recent months. This one card right here is very. It kind of spells the end for it. Not only that, Cosmos isn't the only deck that can run it. Obviously, you're gonna run this. Monarchs with the extra deck can run this card. And if you're playing the mirror match, I would assume that you're gonna side deck this card for the mirror match. So, I think that because the mirror match is gonna be different. It's going to see a bit of a different kind of light. Additionally, however, I think that Burning Abyss can still make it. Believe it or not, I still think we can still make it as at least a tier 1.5 deck. There's going to be on the fringe, but I believe that they can still survive with the introduction of this card. For those of you who don't know this card, this is a digital bug Corbage. It is a rank 5 Xyz monster. It's an insect Xyz monster that is light. It requires two or more level 5 light insect type monsters. So you're not going to be summoning this in your Burning Abyss deck. So how are you going to be able to summon this card? You're going to be able to summon this card with Giga-Brilliant. Giga-Brilliant is a card that everyone is familiar with. It's a really good rank 3 Xyz. It's not that seeing any play right now, but I think that with the introduction of this card, it might actually see play. But anyway, let's get on to this card's effect. You can Xyz summon this card by detaching 2 Xyz materials from a rank 3 or rank 4 insect Xyz monster you control. Xyz materials attached to that monster also become Xyz material on this card. Once per turn, you can detach 1 Xyz material from this card to target 1 defense position monster your opponent controls, shuffle it into the deck. Once per turn, if the battle position of a monster's on the field is changed, you can attach 1 Xyz material, 1 insect type monster from your graveyard to this card as Xyz material. Now, the reason why I think this card is going to be very good is because it gets rid of one of Burning Abyss's kind of biggest conundrums, and that is getting over the medium ships. I know, right? That's pretty anticlimactic, but these medium ships actually matter a lot, and Burning Abyss has quite a struggle getting over Slip Rider. But generally speaking, this card is going to be very, very good for Burning Abyss. It's not going to be particularly game changing. It's not going to be particularly broken, but it's going to give them the survivability that they need to at least stay in the 1.5 position and not just fall off the face of the planet. The reason why I say that is because it makes their Cosmo matchup slightly less. It makes your Cosmo matchup slightly more tolerable. And if you run other cards, for example, if you run Forbidden Graveyard in your side deck, you can negate Ghost Ogre. You can get Cherry Blossoms in your graveyard, in the graveyard, which means you can then survive that turn, because the chances are they're probably going to only have one in their hand, and if they open up with two, then they're kind of pretty sad, because that means if that first one goes off, then they're just gonna they're gonna be crying, they're gonna be sad because they can't really play it because they're not gonna want to. But anyway, I think that this card actually might push Burning Abyss still, but honestly, they're in my opinion, they're kind of still on life support. They're kind of on life support. So yeah, people were often complaining about how Burning Abyss has survived for about a year and a half, even though Burning Abyss kind of dies to this one card, and it is true. And Cosmos has the extra deck to spare. So yeah, tell me what you guys think down in the comment section below. And this has been Chillin' and I will be seeing you in the next video. This has been Chillin' and I am signing out.